Hey there, all you wonderful people. Thank you for clicking on the video. And today I wanted to talk about something, or a few somethings, that I saw in a tiny window of a family-owned pawn shop in a small town on the 100th episode of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The episode itself suffered from a bit of overhype, but that's really the only criticism I can give it. It had callbacks to every major arc that this show had. We had the Kree, we had Hive, Mr. Peterson, LMDs, Lash, all those creatures from earlier in the season whose names I can't pronounce, and we had the wedding between Fitz and Simmons, and that brought a few manly tears to my eye. Also, Clark Gregg and Chloe Bennett's acting, Odin's beard, man, they were just brilliant. Back to the aforementioned tiny window, though. What seemed just like another pawn shop window is actually a treasure trove of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Easter eggs, so let's go ahead and talk about a few, shall we? First, you can see the action figures and the masks of our favorite Avengers. We have Hulk and Iron Man masks, as well as action figures from both Thor and Hawkeye. I really hate to say this, but I think that this is really the closest we are ever going to get these characters into this show. I was sort of surprised that they didn't include the Hulk action figure from episode 22 of season 1, the beginning of the end, which would be the Hulk that Ace Peterson is holding while talking to Chloe Bennett and getting Deathlock back onto their side. It would have been a cool little addition to the collection, but again, nitpicking. Second, we have this red monster axe. Now, those are the same axe that Mac used to cut off Coulson's arm in Season 2, Episode 22, SOS Part 2. It was when Coulson was trying to grab one of the Terrigen crystals out of the air so that way it didn't break, and the mist would then infect Mac, Phil, and Fitz. So Mac just decided to take it upon himself and chop his arm off, and Coulson kept it on as a reminder. Now, I remember me thinking that this was a crazy moment in the show of how far they will go, but now that I'm thinking of all the things that they have done since then, this is like a scrape on somebody's cheek at this point. Sorry, Yo-Yo. Next, we have a deep cut from Season 2, Episode 6, A Fractured House. This is Coulson's I Hate Mondays coffee mug, complete with the angry cat. This was a funny one-liner that Coulson gave Skye and Trip for picking out the mug and asking if somebody brought it from home. I remember this episode when it aired, specifically because directly after this show aired, the trailer for Avengers Age of Ultron debuted. Next, we have this gem from Season 3, Episode 6, Hide Among Us. It's a baseball bat that belonged to Rosalind Price's late husband. It was signed by Triple Crown winners, not to mention Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams, Frank Robinson, and Carl Yastrzemski. According to Coulson, this bat is worth over $7,000. Now, I'm no expert, but that seems a little bit low. So if I'm wrong, please correct me. Coulson's face when he picked it up was absolutely priceless. It was kind of like a, holy shit, how did you get this? Next is an Easter egg for not only Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but also from the Avengers themselves and itself, the movie. It comes from Season 1, Episode 19, The Only Light in the Darkness. It's the cello that belongs to Audrey Nathan, which was Phil Coulson's baby before he decided to get dabbed by the Asgardian Liberace. If you remember in the Avengers, when Coulson is taking Pepper out of Stark Tower, she mentions that she wants to hear about this cellist that he was seeing. Coulson then mentions that she went back to Portland. Heck, even Tony mentions flying him out to Portland when he and Phil are walking onto the bridge of the helicarrier later in the film. She shows up in Season 1, played by Amy Ecker. Wouldn't it be great if S.H.I.E.L.D. put her under witness protection and changed her name to Kate Strucker? Oh, what a connection it would be. And finally, these are not the droids you're looking for, but the segues that Agent Koenig and Agent Koenig were using at the beginning of Episode 12 of Season 4, titled Hot Potato Soup. This episode featured Coulson enlisting the help of the agents Koenig to hide the Darkhold. The two agents were segueing back and forth. Segueing. There's got to be a better word for segueing. They were segueing back and forth by each other, and the quotes were, "These are not the droids you're looking for. I've got a bad feeling about this," as well as, "Curse this metal body, I wasn't fast enough," and "Help me, Obi-Wan." All lines from Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Now, the only one that was not from Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope was the line, "Roads, where we're going, we don't need roads," which of course is from 1985's Back to the Future. Did you find any more Easter eggs in the window that I missed? Let me know in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Keep on living the dream, and we'll talk to you in a bit.